Angie Pooh? Do you know Angie?
Who's that?
Who is she? Oh, Angie Pooh.
Hey, it's me, Angie Pooh.
I do. That sounds distinct. Oh, okay. It's me, Andy Pooh. That sounds better.
Let me make sure I hear you. Like, hey, hey. Everyone again, it is Friday.
It's a Friday. It's a Friday. It's a Friday.
It's fucking fabulous Friday. Am I correct? Is everybody good? Good. Everybody's good. That's all. We got our hot topic tonight. Everybody ready?
No, I'm not ready. No, I'm already disclaimering for tonight. I am not ready for this conversation. This is Lady D. I'm along for the ride.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
I already played disclaimer again. So I already
The rules of Angie Pooh is not.
All right. Our topic tonight are alternative relationships with new normal, meaning our open relationship, swinging, threesome, etc. are becoming more accepted in society. What are you thinking? All right, so before we get into it, I want you to know phone lines always open for you, 340-774-8255 or 774-TALK. Or make sure you're watching it or listening to us rather on radio1000.net. Ladies, who wants to kick this one off? Everybody, crickets, crickets, crickets.
Come on. Come on. No, Lady D. Lady D.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Because you got all the paperwork. You got all the paperwork.
I'm old fashioned in that sense where I can't see myself just out there like that. Like I don't know. I'm scared. I'm stuttering. I can't.
Let's back up. What are you afraid of? An open relationship?
Yeah, I don't think I could do an open relationship. I don't think I could swing. I don't think I could do a threesome. Like, I don't know. And the funny thing about it is I really think that I've been kind of propositioned several times.
You just didn't realize
I just didn't realize it. You know,
You've been in a predicament and didn't realize it.
yes. No, that there was a predicament where I did realize it, but I just ignored it, and they continued on and did what they wanted to do.
Okay.
But I didn't realize that that's what they thought was gonna happen, and I just continued watching TV because I'm in my own world like that. Like you could do you over there, but that's not.
Wait, what part was you just watching TV? It was a threesome situation. We talking about open relationship, and so you just went over there. So it was a threesome going on.
It was.
Lady J.
It was a situation where there were two individuals, and you know how you talk smack and you talk junk or whatever.
And you're about their life.
Yeah, but I wasn't about that life. So we're in the same, like we're And they started, and then I'm sitting right there. So if you're doing that while I'm sitting there, I'm thinking you think that I'm gonna join in, but I'm not about that life. So I was watching Love and Hip Hop.
Shout out to Love and Hip Hop.
Yeah, I'm not about that life. Like, and I don't knock anybody that is. If that's what you into, like Homeboy said the other day, it's not for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like sharing things. I can be a jealous person at times.
Mhm.
So no, I'm
But do you think it's becoming more accepted in
Oh,
society?
definitely.
Okay.
Definitely. It's more accepted. I don't want to go as far as to say the new norm, but we're getting there. We're getting very close to it. It's more commonplace than you think.
Okay.
You know, I went into a shop one day and I realized they got a whole society where they have these events that they plan, and so
Here on the island,
yeah, girl.
because people don't believe it.
Yeah, girl.
Here on the
It
island.
is. It's happening. It's happening everywhere. It's happening right here on the island. You got little cliques, you got little groups, you got whole secret societies that they just get down. They have parties and yeah, they doing the thing. But don't invite me because I'm not coming. I'm not coming.
Miss Lady.
No, I want you to go. I'm gonna be second to last.
Cause y'all know I got that on lock. Last is me
Lady
all
J
day
gonna be
long.
the last. So
It always go like this. It go like this.
It goes like this.
All right. So basically, I am not open to have an open relationship.
Mhm.
I am aware. I have plenty of friends that are swingers.
mhm.
Okay, now that's interesting.
I have a membership at the Swingers Club in Atlanta, Georgia,
Oh,
on Fulton Industrial.
okay.
And
Please, continue.
when I first walked in, I was amazed. I just could not believe, like, it's like a full-fledged
Orgy?
live porn in your face.
Okay.
And I was like, oh my goodness. I had too many clothes on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Everybody just like, I mean, just seeing all of that was like, wow, you have to be comfortable within your sexuality
Mm-hmm.
to even do stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like, it's some things. It's some things.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But-
I got some questions.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like asking me a question. I got questions.
Wait, I was an observer. I didn't participate.
No. And that's fine. And that's fine. But I guess for me, and again, because I'm trying, how do you even get a membership into a club like that? Again, I know you said you just was a bystander, but how do you even anyone can join a swingers club?
You know how you go to the gym
Yeah.
and you can't get in the gym unless you have a membership?
Membership. Yeah.
You pay your membership fee right there.
Okay.
You can put any name on the paperwork.
Okay.
It's $175 for women.
Okay.
Men can't come into the club without a woman.
Oh.
So I got a membership so my friend can go in.
Oh.
Because I'm that home girl. Like, I'm the one that takes
Oh,
for
you
the
that
team.
cool chick. You that cool chick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm the one that takes one for the team. So I went.
No pun intended.
No pun
Yeah.
intended. So I went in, he paid for the membership. And I mean, they had, the wings were really good. Like, really, sorry. The food was really good.
Okay.
Oh, girl, they had food. Like, I mean, a smorgasbord of food. So, anywho, so you walk in the back. They got lockers. And are you over there laughing at me?
I'm reading.
Oh, okay. So you walk in and they got lockers and then they got a changing room. So you walk back, they got jacuzzis, and then they have like this shack diesel bed that go from one wall to the next wall.
And just all types of people just in the
Everybody
bed.
in the bed.
That's crazy.
Everybody is in the bed. Everybody like grab this, touch this, hold this. That's how you know you're not about that life because
Hold on. I went about the life, but I'm just about you saying grab this, touch it, and it's like
Look,
people all in your face.
it takes so much for me to get comfortable with one person.
uh-huh.
I could not imagine being in a community bed.
Well, they change the sheets regularly.
It's not so nasty. You're in the bed with like 20
You
people.
had a bed with 20 people. Like I seen one woman and she must have had about 7 partners.
Wow.
And it was amazing. I just needed popcorn. Like I was just like, oh my gosh. I never in my life seen nothing like that.
So
in
you can't
person.
get kicked out for not doing anything, for just
No,
coming in and
I
watching
paid my
once you pay
membership.
your money.
No. I told you I was
Okay.
an observer.
Okay.
I didn't participate. But I was offered.
The female.
Yeah.
The female says, okay,
Yeah.
I get it.
But I was offered.
Yeah, I'm sure you were.
Yeah, 'cause I went in there with this outfit on and thought I was a gladiator.
I would want some fairy wings.
Really?
Yeah, I would
Look at
walk
you.
around
But
like a little fairy.
why would you want fairy wings when you don't even want to be participating at all?
I'm just saying, you was in there. I just want to see what's going on, but I want to look cute while I'm looking. Like that's all.
Right. I guess I got no choice. You know, okay, so we have 2 no's. Okay. Okay, so Lady Lena is always an alien. I don't care.
She said, I don't care.
I said maybe. I never said no.
Oh, okay. There you go. Well, oh, I'm sorry. Before you go, do you think it's being more accepted, Angie Pooh, in society?
Yes, and it should be.
Okay.
Oh,
All right. Go ahead. Okay. So yes, I do believe it's becoming more accepting in the community, but I don't believe it's because it's a new thing. I
Oh,
think
it's
it's
not.
just because people have finally decided, you know what, we're gonna face this head on. Let's have some control and some mutual respect in it. Because, you know, at some point several of us have probably been in polyamorous relationships and just didn't know. So with that being said, how do I feel about them? I said before when we had our last show, I do not think anything is wrong with it. I was adventurous and young and fun. But I would add that as I got older, you know, my interests and desires for that changed. I don't think I ever desired stuff, but I was one of those people, you start some stuff and I'm a finish. That's the best way I could describe Lady Lena. You start some stuff, I'm gonna finish some stuff. But as I gracefully age, the desire for one package deal is there. I have no desire to share a partner. So, you know, I can't be a hypocrite and say nope, I can't. You know, like Angie Pooh. I know several friends. I have several friends who are swingers. You know, I've seen stuff, so I've experienced stuff. So I can't sit down here and be like, hell nah. I just say, yeah, I think it's for a time. I think it'll be nice if people have the thought, try it. I hate to say it, but if you have that desire, be open with your partner. And if you can't be open with your partner, just, you know, if you got your opportunity in life to try it if it's an interest to you. If it's not an interest to you, don't go there. And don't try to bring your partner in there.
Because you might lose them.
But tell them you have those desires and let them make up their own minds what they want to do. You might be surprised, you might be disappointed, but communication, be honest. So my stance is yes. I think it's becoming more normal and more accepting.
So do you think that it's the men that just be instantly like, yes, I'm down with it? Or is it the woman?
You say what? Say it again?
Is it the men that be like, I'm down with it? Or is it the women?
No, well, mostly women are the accepting ones to share a man. Men are not. I could count, if I know 20 women that have
inadvertently ended up sharing a man. For those 20 women, I know one man that's willing to share his woman.
Oh yeah. Okay, so in my research,
She got one paperwork. Oh, okay.
I was just gonna say, one of the 12 reasons why open relationships may not work is that men usually can't handle the open relationship. The fact that they like the idea of it, but when it comes to it, you know, men don't want to share that woman. They want to have multiple partners, but that person that they're with, they don't want to share them. So,
okay, Lady J. Y'all brought it out of me. I'm waiting.
I'm waiting. Come on, tell me, baby.
Really? No, I'm just saying, but I do think it's becoming more and more accepted. It's not my cup of tea. Now, as I've gotten older and more mature, it's just not my thing. I do not knock anyone who has a desire to. I don't have a problem if that's your thing. I have friends too who are swingers. I have friends who are swingers and are very well-to-do, well-educated. Well, you can't say, oh, it's just people. No, it's from all walks of life. Doctors, lawyers, teachers. It's just, that's who they are and that's their thing. But I think because, again, we're progressing as a society, but in a different way. Social media, reality TV has really just put it out there. There used to be a reality TV show called Swingers. And from watching the show and knowing who I know who is involved in the lifestyle, that is not a true representation of what goes on. It's not a free for all. It's not like that. These people, you know, they know each other or they get to know each other as things go along. I don't knock it, but it ain't my cup to try at this point in my life. So, you know, it is what it is. You know, my guy may, you know, jokingly and be like, yeah, baby, let's get Maria. Or, you know, if he said, baby, we can get free. So I say, yeah, me, you and Mario. And then it's like, no, I don't get what I'm saying. Oh, okay, because I believe in equal opportunity for everyone.
Whoa.
If you don't want it one way, you should be able to allow your partner to want it the other way. And that's if you're into that. So it's no, you know, don't, a lot of times we tend to judge people based on, but what someone does in their bedroom is what they do in their bedroom.
That's right.
It is not our place to judge. It's, you know, that's why we're having topics like this to discuss and know that they exist. And we have our first caller.
Already? Wow. We just talked.
You are live on the air. Please share your thoughts.
Yeah, good night, man.
Good night.
I've been saying this, I could be the wise man, you know.
Okay.
The wise man. I mean, listening to you all, you know, and I know you are from the States and thing, and
No, we are not from the States. I went to school right here. Grade school, middle school, and high school. I graduated from high school in St. Thomas.
What's the difference?
That's all right.
okay, the way you're speaking, I was saying, okay, or okay, I know a lot of things I will be saying, and I don't make a conclusion and I don't be wrong, you know. They say, think before you leap, you know, don't leap under when you look, it's like an ocean.
It's okay.
But listening to you all, right? I want to say, right, okay, you see like people doing that kind of stuff like that, right? And like educated people, like who live jobs in the society, right? I just thinking, you know, like, because after a certain time, people will be like, they don't want trust they don't trust one another, they don't trust this, they don't trust like a lot of things going on. So I just thinking like if you have people like holding like okay, got the girls that were talking last night and they were saying like, you know, that pose, you have like, you know, like I mean it's a freedom thing, you know, but you have doctors, you have people in different, you know, lawyers and you know, and different people in like holding good position, like what to take care of us, right? But I looking, you know, because I a thinker, you know, I like to think. So if you having problems and then you're thinking and then you see like, I'm wondering how come like things ain't getting better, man. Just even getting harder, even more tougher.
Right. So, Carl, I want you to tell us, do you think this is becoming more accepted in society, or, you know, if it's just being overblown?
Well, for me, I see what they're doing is to promoting something, you know, and some people are unaware and, you know what I mean, curiosity killing itself, but they look like, you know, they're promoting it and what I see, like, what going on is like, a lot of people more like doing it, and it's like, I don't know if it's doing the act, but they like, you know, they live in that kind of way. But I want to say, if the people doing that, they like, you know, they're holding the high position, if we could trust them, like, if I get into a doctor, like, but I don't know, but they into these kind of things. Could you be unaware, trustworthy, or if you could do something like start messing up in their profession or something like that? Because it seems like you all have like experience about these things, you know. Whatever in the States, and I went have popularity in Florida. I used to always walk around, you know, but I used to have just one kind of mile. I used to always walk around and see, I like to talk to people. But this one place that I was to a different store, I think I never went in this place. So one time I was walking with some young guys and they stopped to this one place I never seen, but I did open the door because I walk in and they said, let's go in. So when I look at the scene, it kind of strange, and I never see nothing like this.
I said the same thing. I've never seen nothing
Everything
like
strange, you know, like,
that. Strange.
I don't really see no longer like see like what's the money kind of. It was kind of strange, you know, so I never really went in, you know. Then later I started, you know,
He said he went to a place in Florida.
But I feel like, you know, I mean, people promoting and putting like all the stars, them and some of the people, like, you know what I mean, seem like it's good people. I know, I mean, that can be like something people won't go through to escape from problems, you know, because you know, thinking today, you know, people get problems even though the relationships like that.
Okay. Okay, Carla. Well,
Thank you, Carla.
Exactly what you just said, so feel free to call back in a little bit. But let us just marinate on what you just said, all right? Okay, thank you, Carla. So, what do you think of that, lady?
I don't think it should matter if they're a lawyer, a doctor, a politician. What people do in their private lives should not spill over into their profession.
But it does.
Yeah, but
it does.
I can't judge somebody on that. If it happens because something spilled over into their profession, then they got to deal with the repercussions of that. You know what I mean? But just to say, I'm not going to Dr. So-and-so because I heard Dr. So-and-so is a swinger. I can't, that doesn't make sense to me. That's not, what they do has no relevance on their capabilities for me, on my standpoint. So that's my 2 cents.
And I don't think they're like advertising with a board like, hey.
No, but the island is small.
The island is small, yeah.
All it takes is one person to have a rumor.
But even if you weren't inside, if you weren't on the island, if you were stateside, I don't think anyone is advertising.
No.
Because sitting here right now, people really believe this is a stateside thing. When you just said it's been going on, and you have been saying it's been going on.
But you know what? I heard that a lot, and it still is to an extent, because like a lot of the clubs, like you got a membership, but I know some of the stuff that takes
all 3 facilities.
Excuse me. I know there's a lot.
You want to know where the locations are?
There's a lot of groups that do stuff like that, and they make you sign disclaimers, so that people's reputations are protected and their identities are protected. So it's there might be people who you'd never imagine that's their thing.
But I understand why they keep it hidden, because you don't want anybody in your business.
I agree.
Especially close-minded people.
Look,
You know what I mean?
I only deal with one partner, and I don't want people in my business. I wish I could make people sign disclaimers. You know what I'm saying? So I don't fault them for it. Like, nobody wants anybody in your business.
That's true. And I think that's part of why now. I think that's why I'm so cautious and why I'm not open now, because you can't even go enjoy your porch now.
Mm-hmm.
You got drones.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
You can't even enjoy yourself.
You can't enjoy nothing.
Or you could just have a whole island and just enjoy yourself.
I don't call the name. Do we have a caller?
We got caller.
You are live on the air. Please share your thoughts.
Hello. Good night. Good evening, ladies.
Good evening.
So, how long has it been here on the island?
A long time.
I think it's been here a long time. I think we've always had. I think it's
A long
worldwide. I think
Decades.
we've always had that pocket of a few people, and then then it becomes more than you could even imagine.
As
So,
long as Holla Holla has been open.
Amen. Sorry.
Really?
It's been here for a long time, yeah.
I've heard doctors going to Santo Domingo to involve with women, but I never heard of clubs here. And I guess I'm living on either rock, but I never heard of those types of clubs here.
no, I don't think that they have like a brick and mortar, like a specific location, but they have groups that throw swingers parties.
And if you're not in that
Group, you won't know about it. Yeah.
They pretty much advertise, and they'll rent a mansion and they do things together.
But you have to be a part
You
of
have
that
to be a
group.
part of the
That's
group.
right.
So you wouldn't know.
Yeah, regular folks wouldn't know unless someone bring you.
But we have seen the advertisements have been very recent. Like
Yeah.
they're on Facebook.
They out.
They're on it's out.
It's out.
There are events scheduled. There's one coming up.
We need to see if they want to buy some advertisement on our
We
show.
will advertise you, and I will be the number one plug.
I'm listening. I think this thing is happening about probably 3 years, 4 years ago.
Oh no, this has been going on for a long time.
This has been going on a long time. Okay.
Have a good night.
Why, thank you, Carla.
Thank
We
you, Carla.
appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean, it's. I think it's shocking to a lot of people. Where I mean, and you're looking for this big club with a neon sign that says, "Hey, if you want a threesome, come in here." But the thing is, there's people doing it. There's groups getting together, like 2 girls, a guy, a girl, 2, 3 guys. It's been happening for forever.
They
That's
fly
amazing.
in.
That is so surprising.
They fly in.
But what's interesting, and let me add to the caller, if she's been thinking 3, 4 years, let me say this, and I don't, because I just know a whole lot of people, stuff comes to me. I've been here over 12 years. I found out about the club 12 years ago.
Okay.
It's been here.
And if you want to go further back than that, and this is kind of unfortunate because this goes back to like high school kids.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Anybody from St. Thomas, you ever heard about pulling a train on a girl? Like, that is a young lady who is servicing several young men back to back. That's been happening forever.
Without a title. Without a title.
Yeah. So I mean,
Exactly.
it's the same thing because whether, and unfortunately and fortunately, most of the times it's consensual.
Yeah.
The girl sits and she's like, "Look, this is what I'm gonna do." That's the brother's girl. And she goes and it happens. It's been happening. So for someone to sit and say, "Oh, I don't think that happens down here," like, yeah, it's been happening. It's happening to our of age people and our underage people.
We got another caller already. Caller, come on.
On the air, please share your thoughts.
Hi.
Yes, I'm from here also, and I've heard about the train. Yeah, but if you want to talk about baptized, yeah, I heard of that before. But you're talking about more exclusive. That's more grown up situation that you see in the States. With the train situation, yes, I heard of girls
It's the same.
doing that. So if you're talking in that type of category, yes, I've heard of that before. So you're saying that's the same as having going to a club, grown up club, and having sex with different types of partners. You're saying that's the same. I guess it is.
Yeah, it's the same thing. And in addition to that, like, I understand, even if you want to separate it in age range, those kinds of activities is what is training these young people to get older and decide, hey, I've done this already, so this is what's up. So it's just getting them prepared for that kind of lifestyle.
I don't think everybody had their garden tool moment in college.
Well, for the caller, I am in my 40s, and I know that I was propositioned, and I was probably in my early 20s. So you could say easily that's 20 years.
Exactly.
20 years.
Still in college, but I never did it, and I didn't even think of doing it. I don't want to do it.
I never left the island, but I'm telling you, I know for a fact that the clubs and the little cliques do exist, and they've been existing. And now, I guess that's what our topic kind of is, alignment. I think it's more open, and I guess because it's more open, it might be more open because maybe it's a lot more prominent in media, but to say,
And I just said that on I tuned into the men's show last night, the man cave, I should say. I just stated that it's because of the media and all those videos, and it's giving people curiosity to try it. Even though probably it was in their mind, they want to experience it because it's more open now in the media. They're seeing the video and all of that, stuff. So they want to try it out. So, and I did say that too. It's because of the media. And also people from what you're stating, I said because we are melting pot here. And a lot of, outsiders coming in and bringing their influence in here, and other people want to try it. So that's my take on that.
Okay, caller, we appreciate you.
It's,
Okay.
it is a lifestyle, not a location style.
That's a good point.
I think so
I
too. I think that because I know in the Virgin Islands we hold true to traditions and morals and standards, but I think that people have turned a blind eye to things that have been going on from the beginning of time here as well as any place else. I don't think anyone brought anything here. Again, like when people come here, you bring your good habits, you bring your bad habits. That's any place, but I don't think. I don't think we were.
I'm sorry. do you not ride down the street? You see holla holla, you see everybody on the corner.
Okay, so I
Like,
think I understand where the caller is coming from. So let me just put it out there.
okay, put it out there.
I don't agree with blaming everything on what's coming in and people coming here. That's unfortunately a Virgin Islands notion that really has to stop. But what I will say is the openness of it did not exist.
Okay.
And what she is saying is the truth.
Yes.
So we always had a gay community in the Virgin Islands. But I'm telling you this, like, a gay man, two gay men could not walk down the street in the Virgin Islands.
Okay.
It was yes. So even these things these things went on, but they went on behind closed doors.
Okay.
So if it was happening, it was happening. So what the Virgin Islands isn't used to is the out in the open. Nobody is used to scrolling on Facebook and seeing the word swingers on a party.
Okay.
I do know that is factual. I can't say it didn't exist before, but the openness of it definitely didn't exist here.
Yeah, and that would cause anyone to think that it didn't exist just because it wasn't
As prominent as it is.
Okay. Thanks, Lady Lena.
We gotta take a break.
We're taking a break.
We will be right back. Thank you for sticking with us right here on Vantage Point Ladies Edition, right here on Radio 1 AM 1000. And tonight's topic, yes, we're talking about some deep stuff, but if you have your friends that can't get to us, make sure you have them sign in on radio1000.net. And of course, the number to call when we come back is 340-774-8255 or 774-TALK. We will be right back. We got to pay some bills, so don't go anywhere.
We back.
I think.
We're back. We're back.
Hello. We are back. Yes, we are. Welcome back to Vantage Point, Ladies Edition. Ladies, hot topic tonight. Y'all not playing. Are alternative relationships the new normal? Meaning, are relationships that involve open relationships, swinging, threesomes, anything that's an alternative,
Polyamorous
that's not
relationships.
misogynist, not misogynist, BDSM.
It's so many titles.
Yes,
Lord.
are they accepted? You know, it's getting it's where are we at on that? Because it's like some of us we're all for, like, you do what you do.
Yeah.
You're for it.
yeah,
You're for it. You're
I ain't
for it.
knocking nobody's hustle.
You ain't knocking nobody's hustle.
Is that a hustle?
And I'm just
The hustle, your
you
flow, whatever.
makes you happy. Because again, I've always been adamant. There are no bunk beds in the grave. So what you have to deal with is what you have to deal with, whether it's right, whether it's wrong. Nobody can sit here and judge and say what it is until you go before your maker. Period. That's true. That's my opinion. That's how I feel about it, and you can't change it. Anybody else want to say?
Well, I feel like I've done traveled around the world, and they do have a place in Jamaica that they've been participating in this kind of lifestyle for years. Years. I went to Jamaica when I was 18 years old, and I went to the place.
Okay.
So, I mean, this stuff has been around, but I understand that some people, you know, are in a little bubble and we don't understand. Me personally, I think I'm a pillow princess.
I don't know if that's a good one or not, but I'm move on.
Okay.
What's that?
Oh, what's that? What's that? Oh, okay.
Let's see if I can Google it. Let's see if I Google it.
But as always, lady, when you come prepared and you have notes, you have highlighters.
This subject scares me. It's frightening.
Why?
It's like it seems intrusive. Okay, so I had some information. 12 reasons why open relationships may or may not work. Communication. So if you are in an open relationship, you have to make sure you communicate. It's not something, I think people think that it's just like a sex thing, but you have to remember you actually have a significant other. So when you open up your relationship to kind of float around, you're still somewhat committed to at least that one person. So you have to make sure that you communicate. That leaves you open for jealousy, you know.
There is no jealousy in swingers.
We're not just talking about swinging. I'm just talking about
even with the poly and the poly, it's no jealousy.
Sexual.
No, it's documented that some.
Yeah, you can get jealous. Yeah, whether it's an open relationship. So if it's an open relationship and you're allowing your partner to see other people and have, you know, sex with other people, you may become jealous at some point if it starts to look like more than you expected. If you're just swinging and it's just a night of passion, if you feel like, you know, somebody might be outperforming you, or you might feel like, you know, somebody's getting a little more attention than you are, it's proven that there's jealousy that can happen. So,
can I ask a question? Has anybody ever been to Vegas Strip?
The Vegas Strip?
Yeah. You know, when you go on the Vegas Strip, they pass out business cards, and the women are on the business cards, and they have descriptions of everything they do. So you can get all this stuff done half price.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I was sharing.
Another thing that would may cause open relationships not to work is, which I mentioned earlier, sometimes men can't handle it. True. You know, it sounds exciting, you know, to be able to have other partners, but what do you do when she decides to have another partner? Yeah, can you handle that? So mhm.
They call that swapping.
Yes. And then also, and then not only just that, men need to feel needed. So when you get to the point where he's not the only person that can do the things for you, someone else can do it, then you're no longer that man. You're just a man, not the man. So that can play a little bit on a man's ego. Honesty. You have to be honest with yourself. Why are you doing this? Why are you getting into an open relationship? Why are you swinging? Why are you in a polyamorous relationship? Some people do it for the sake of their partners because they feel that that's what their partner wants to do. That's not going to work. If it's not for you, and if it's not what you really want to do, and you're doing it to please someone else, you're doing it, because you feel like it's going to fix your relationship or save your relationship. It's not. If you're swinging or you're getting into an open relationship because you're trying to add spice and save your relationship, it's already dead. Because if you wasn't enough before, you're not gonna be enough then.
No, that's not true. That's definitely a personal opinion.
No, I'm telling you,
that's a textbook opinion.
You don't have to agree, but that's what has been said. But no, go ahead.
No, like in our meeting, one of the things we just handed out.
She gave us pamphlets.
Yes, yes.
I can't move my own stuff.
Handed out. It's like, some people are relieved. There's a story here or excerpt here about this young lady who is saying her boyfriend brought it to her, and when she got over the hurt, which I think a lot of people need to do, when she got over the hurt and started to really dig into the details, she found the positive in it because she was like, she was not willing to do certain things, or she did not like certain things that were important to him in a relationship.
Okay.
So when she understood the why, she was like, oh, so it's not that you don't care for me. It's not that you don't love me. It's just this. And like, I definitely can't bring this for you. I can't do this for you. So, okay, cool. And so I don't see, that's not a dead relationship. That's a relationship that couldn't get over a certain hurdle.
Yeah.
And they found an alternative.
Exactly.
Okay.
What you won't do,
yeah.
she would do.
But you're cool with it because you didn't want to do it in the first place.
Not even that. You could go get her.
Yeah, so that doesn't mean my relationship is weak or dead. That just means that you
can be the one to pick.
Yeah, that means that that's just one thing. And I know a lot of things, like most of the polyamorous or all of those things, it wasn't both partners all at once. Okay. It was one partner that came and put it out there. And then the other partners either could be like, oh, well, I thought the same thing. Yay! Win-win. Then it's another, the other tells the partner and they're like, I never thought about it.
Win-win. She said, yay, win-win.
No, if my partner comes and tells me and it was on my mind all along, well, I'm happy. That's a win-win because we both felt the same way.
But how long was you thinking, and I'm not saying particularly you, but like you thinking, and then it's like, dang, he finally got on board.
Yeah, but it's like in that case, I probably would ask, like, how long did you feel that way? But I don't see that as a weak relationship. I don't see that as them hiding things. I feel like, okay, one person finally came forward because let's be real. Usually, you're not going to find a situation where the two of them come on the same night and say, no, you go, no, I go.
Yeah, exactly.
Somebody's going to bring it to somebody.
But the question is that I have, if your partner comes to you and say, I want to have a threesome, is it yes or no?
Oh, me personally?
I'm asking around the board.
Me personally, the answer is no. No. I would have been game in my younger days.
Oh, hell no. Hell no. That's what I said. Hell no.
We passed that. We said that already in this room. This room is past that.
Okay, they passed that.
You want to answer the question?
Oh, you want me to answer it?
Yeah, you asked it.
If I could pick her,
okay,
I probably would.
Okay. Go ahead, Angie.
Go ahead, answer. Okay, so wait. Go ahead.
She said her. So you're not down for it.
I don't even think I could even deal with two men at the same time.
Okay. I'm
being
I was
honest.
just saying,
I don't think that I'm not that person.
Yeah, well, see, I'm from old school, so I think 2 man is a train.
Good or bad? Like, I don't know. You know,
That's why I was like, that's a trend. Yeah.
That's a thing.
All right, caller, you are live on the stage. Share your thoughts.
You get like certain people that just say, to do certain things. But like I was just saying that, but if somebody, right, okay, if you use a phone, you into that kind of, sex life, right?
You're into that kind of life.
But if you meet somebody,
About that life.
would it be like, okay, you gotta come like kind of close, come up to the portion, or would you like bring the portion of friends and stuff who into that and because would you do that, would you be, like straight up and say like one man I into this kind of life, Yeah, to be straight up, instead of like you hear somebody and you don't know.
And that's sometimes they be like, look, this is what I'm about.
Being like that in different relationships, I think, but then you bring them around too. I want to ask a question, right? I write down some stuff too, right? It is only for some people, like you said, right?
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You think it is a religion, like it's a religion thing?
No.
No.
It's actually devoid of religion.
It's temptation thing. Like for sex. Why are we as people? It is at this like. Because I think like when we grow up, we go to church, because that's like a Christian thing and read the Bible and I always start with the pictures of my thing with the pictures of my grand thing and God don't like that and you know what I mean, you say it's God and I'm sure you want to live a life. I mean some people you work with them kind growing up with smart, but I think most people like in the Caribbean, they from church and things. I mean, the church where you used to go to, I don't like kids, they are the whole thing. Teaching those things, like that's wrong. So I think, like, I mean, it's still going on, and some people like to talk about it, but people against it. It's like, like some of them would like certain things like that, they don't understand it.
Yeah.
So I think that's part of why, a lot of us go up and, what I mean, to those things. I never look at it like life, when I was growing up. So we like to be so that like that, I mean, if you like second of the school, I think I need to, the whole, we never like pick the arm, maybe look to fight them and do them up and do them. So feel them and do them.
Okay, Carla. So let us answer those questions for you, okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks for hanging with us. Keep it locked right here. We're going to answer those questions. So what do you think? Do you think, is there a certain, I don't personally think, it's either what, it's, again, free will, it's free will.
It's a lifestyle. I don't
It's a
think it has
lifestyle.
anything to do with religion, but what he was saying, I think too, is that when you look at certain religions, especially like the Christian religion or Christian-based religions, they preach against that. You know, it's like they preach for monogamy. But then you have other religions that, are okay with having several wives and different things like that. So
I'm Muslim.
yeah, so I don't think it's for or against religion, but I think religion can tell you what it's okay with from what it's not okay with. I know some people feel like these different lifestyles is, devoid of God, because the Bible says, so exactly. So I mean, it depends on how you look at it.
Who else wants to chime in on that one?
That was love. Yeah, I don't think I don't think it's religion. I think I do like what the other caller said and what this caller said. It has a lot to do with the upbringing that we were exposed to here. So yes, in some things we were, if you weren't a part of a certain society, you would not know. So you would put your neck on the block and say that did not happen on these islands, because it was very hush hush. But I don't think it's because of a certain religion. I definitely don't think it's because of a certain status. It was going on, and those people back then that were engaged in it just did a really good job of keeping it to themselves. They were very exclusive with who they reached out to, and they just did a really good job of keeping things under wraps.
Or you can be a member for $175.
Now, while you're saying that, interesting enough, I actually went on and I put swingers. What is the percentage of swingers in the Virgin Islands? Just out of curiosity, because some numbers that were thrown out last night were actually inaccurate, and I don't want to send misinformation out.
Okay.
If you don't have a set where, because no one has taken a survey in the Virgin Islands since I've been here, if you're doing swinger or not, to get any type of number.
Okay.
But when I put this information into a site called the Adult Hub page, so on that, it was telling, Virgin Islands, US, is really a big place. And if you had to find the perfect swingers contact on your own, you might as well be looking for a needle in a haystack.
Wow.
And it's not saying that it's not happening. It's very low key. You don't have to pay a cent. This is what this club is saying, to meet our Virgin Island US swingers. Once you are a member, you can use our site features like forums, chat rooms, blogs, and articles to find out about the best dogging spots and clubs that's perfect for swinging couples to hang out. This is right here.
It's underground.
It's right
It's
here.
underground.
And I'm looking at the picture, and this gentleman is not stateside.
We knew that.
But I'm saying to
For the callers that don't know.
It's here, and obviously it's been here.
Yeah.
And it's
Wow.
it's not just swinging. It's threesome. Inadvertently or
it's casual activities.
It's casual activities. It's going from, and my son graduated from here a couple of years ago.
Okay.
He told me of a club that the teens have, not the adults,
Teenagers.
the teens. Yeah. So it's no matter how we may try to
Sugarcoat it.
how we try to protect
Hide it.
try to protect our families, our children, our boyfriend, whatever from it. It's here.
It's here.
And it's sometimes hard. So you can raise your child in the best home that you could possibly raise them. At a certain age, a certain point, they're going to do what they want to do.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
that's not a reflection of the parent. It's not a reflection of the upbringing
Or the community.
or the
It is what it
community.
is.
It's not that at all. It's just, again, free will. And the sooner we start realizing we can't judge somebody on what they do when they do it, it's not our place. It's not our place.
Not our
We
job.
can try to guide them in our light of
Yeah.
what we think. Okay, this is what I do. If that's what you're doing, I'm not into that. But here's where I am in my world. Maybe what you're doing will start rubbing off on that person. Not saying you're changing them,
Yeah.
but you're just giving them.
Or maybe what they doing might rub off on you.
Yeah, but you're right here with Radio 980,000. We want you to know that you're sitting there with the ladies of Vantage Point. This is Ladies Edition. Last night we had the men. We got to pay a few more bills. It is going quick, ladies. It is going quick. So
Good topic. Good topic.
Good topic. Good topic. Then we love our Fridays. You know, it's the best on Friday.
Freaky Friday. Freaky Friday.
But we'll be right back. We got to pay some more bills. Don't go anywhere. Ladies, we are back with Ladies Edition of Vantage Point right here every Wednesday and Friday, 7 p.m. until 9 p.m. Giving you nothing but the best topics that we need to give you. And this week we gave the guys on yesterday the topic of
Is it cool to swing? Is it cool to be open and free? Is it acceptable?
Yes, it's more now.
Yeah.
It's now being more accepted in society to be in open relationships, to be a part of swingers clubs, to be a part of a different lifestyle altogether than what we are normally used to, and it's becoming more and more accepted. And I'm not talking about anything but something that's normally taboo. And I'm talking about swingers club. I'm talking about threesomes. I'm talking about the BDSM. Or did I say it backwards? That's bondage.
Oh, look at you. I learned something nice.
I got a paddle now. Stop playing.
Lady J, equal opportunity.
I got a paddle.
So those are the things that we're talking about in society. Is it becoming more and more accepted? And we're all on the same. It is becoming more accepted.
Yeah, it is.
Whether we want it to or not, it is becoming more accepted, especially with social media, how free the television is nowadays. And I grew up in the 70s where everything was a whole different way of what it is now. So you couldn't say certain things on TV. My mother was in a different era where they didn't even sleep together on TV during her era. So mine is not so, but during my son's era, it all changes from year to year to year, and decade to decade. Baby got back.
So that was like this taboo video, right? Look at Baby Got Back today.
And
Salt and Pepper.
the most disrespectful song in the world.
But Salt and Pepper, push it. Push it was like one of these. Oh my God.
So y'all never seen Nelly with the swiper?
Yeah, but sweetie, this is what we saying. Like in our era, I remember like Baby Got Back was, oh my God, he's sitting on her posterior. Oh my God. And you watch videos now, they doing everything but. They got pasties, they're not hiding anything.
But remember biker shorts.
This is what I'm saying.
Everything is coming, and now when they say
Doing the
mom was like, Tommy in biker shorts, and I call myself getting ready to go
Now
outside.
they coming outside in underwear. No, I literally saw a girl in the gas station and she had some, the boy shorts underwear. She had underwear on. She didn't there was underwear. That wasn't pants.
So it's interesting that everything is now becoming I don't know, it's just interesting. So as we continue, again, callers, you're always welcome to call at I almost forgot 340
call us
774-8255 or 774-TALK. If you're listening online, it is radio1000.net. And as we continue, we definitely got to give the gentleman our topic for. No. They give us ours, next week. So then we come back. So what is this one?
That's going to be next.
Oh, for the next one. Okay. All right. Okay.
We got to get ours from the men.
Yeah, we got to get ours from the men Tuesday night.
So we don't give them. Okay.
As we sit here and as we go back and forth, a lot of opinions are, geared toward this can't be happening here. It's not, but it is, and it's happening all over the world. And in reading some stuff that we just know it's just happened. So when does it become in society where it gets to a point where what's going to not be accepted? Because believe it or not, even as we talk about this these alternative lifestyle, there's something even more deeper that's coming our way. And a lot of people don't know, but petitions have been, I don't want to say petitions, I may be using the wrong word.
Okay.
But people are trying to legalize, I guess it's okay to marry someone that's 9, 10 years old. So they're pushing, and then believe it or not, it's happening in some countries, but it's also on the books that you can still marry in some places in the United States. And even in a group, you are allowed to take a younger bride.
Yeah. Yeah.
So those are things that are coming our way. And now it's going to be a point where how much will society be willing to bend? Now, whatever your moral stance is, you keep it. You don't allow anyone to change it. But when is society going to, do you think it will ever? You know, I even heard someone, they were discussing bestiality right now. It is against the law in some places. But believe it or not, it still exists. So it's so many things that are coming our way. When do we as a society say, okay, that's enough, that's, or is it our place?
I don't think it's going to happen. I think it's getting worse and worse.
I think some communities are going to hold closer to their traditions, so some are going to be more resistant. I still think, you know, just like what happened here, what's happening undercover and underground, I think a lot of societies, it's going to remain an underground topic because, you know, the society is just not built on those. Their principles are just not that flexible.
Yeah.
So, you know, I don't see a big shift happening. I think there are some communities, I think it's going to be like a balance of communities that resist it versus it's communities that allow the openness.
Okay. I'll get the rest of your thoughts in a minute. Lady Nicole, we have a caller. Caller, you are live on the air. Please share your thoughts.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I think a lot of this stuff is self-direction. So it rises and falls, rises and falls. So every generation thinks that they're actually doing something new, and then that, you know, the older generation don't know what they're doing, and that, you know, and that they have a lot of this. What they call it rises for a moment and then falls for the same reason it fell before. So this isn't really any new something new. In the 60s, the hippies, they had free love.
Right.
In the States and whatnot. And then after a while, they did that thing for a while, and then discovered what other generations had discovered way before them.
Right.
Things doesn't quite work out. And so most of them just settle down and had the regular life. You know, and so now it's staring back up again. And this generation thinks that they discovered something new. They just don't know. They have long hippies been around, so they don't know that the hippies have done through this.
Exactly. Not
Just another name.
And they're going to discover what the hippies discovered, that it doesn't quite, you know, if you think about it, you're like, oh yeah, this should work. And then you discover why it doesn't. That's embedded factors in human nature, jealousy, you know, wanting to settle down, want possession. I mean, we are naturally possessive. We like to own things. Like to say, this is mine. We want our own house, our own car. We don't want to really be sharing these things. And so most people want their person, their somebody that's just for them. And this is a natural human instinct. People try to go against it and try to set their mind and say, oh yeah, you know, share and stuff. But then when they start doing it, they start realizing, many of them start to realize, I don't really like share. You know?
Okay. Thank you, caller. I don't think that is for everybody. Give us something to think about. Let us talk about it.
Yeah. I don't think it's something for everybody. You know, you have to have strong will and you have to be confident within yourself. And there's so many different underlying issues that you have to have in order to be content with that lifestyle.
And also, okay, I have to say something. People change. Your interests change. Your likes and wants change. Like, I might sit down here today and say, no threesome for me. I'm never gonna do it. And then, you know, a bad chick.
Big booty Judy.
I don't know what I might say tomorrow, but I should be free to change my mind tomorrow.
Whatever your choice is.
Whatever my choice is. So it's like, I believe in being honest, and I want a partner that I can be honest enough with, that whatever phase of the moon I go through, I don't have to hide anything, and I don't want them to hide anything from me.
Okay.
So as a part of the communication piece, like, my thoughts are my thoughts, your thoughts are your thoughts. But anytime anything changes, baby, come and tell me. And I'm not gonna attack you for telling me. I have been in situations where people are like, oh, yo, you crazy, you stupid out. I was like, no, I'm glad they came forward and said what they said. I don't have to go along with it. I don't have to, but I appreciate.
I'm gonna find out anyway.
You know, experience. But I think it's interesting because what the caller says, you know, this is the hippies. It's been around, and it's just been underground. It's been quiet. No one says anything, and here we are in 2021. It's just like, okay, bam, here it is. So it's going to be interesting when 2025 hits, when 2030 hits.
Because then I think about grandchildren.
What's going to be then? Because it's almost, as you said, sometimes it's frightening because you don't know what it's going to expect, what you're going to expect. But I do know you made some good points. You know, this is stuff that's been around, and it's nothing new. That it's not an invention of something new. It's just rotating another wheel in another way.
Like you said, just how that died down a little bit. This just might be another phase. It might just die down, but for right now, it's prominent. And I wanted to add, I just showed Angie Poo the thread on social media.
It's happening.
That's advertising. You know
what's going on in St. Thomas.
You know, I showed her, and I'm like, I see nothing wrong with that. I don't see anything wrong with them advertising.
You want to go? Let's go.
No, I'm not going. I don't see anything wrong with that at all. I just think that at some point you have, like, society, parents. I know a lot of people, oh, these things are too out in the open, and your children. Well, then we need to be vigilant of our children if we don't want them exposed to that as yet. You know, like the stuff that you see, there are cartoons that you're like, oh yeah, my baby just watching Coco Melon. And then you turn around and there's a cartoon with and you know, Big Booty Judy in a cartoon, and you know, it's like, wait, what? So that's just on us to be more. We got to be vigilant. We can't just blame it and say it's happening and this and that and it shouldn't. No, this is just something that we have to accept and deal with our home, deal with our own, deal with our children and what they're exposed to. Yeah, we got to.
Lady D, you kind of quiet. You want to go to the party with me?
Oh, no. I'm scared.
You scared?
I'm scared. No, I wouldn't know what to do. Like,
if you don't want to do anything, you can
I would be uncomfortable. Like, I would be walking around like this. Like, I'm gonna try to cover my eyes.
I have a problem with just going to observe. I don't like.
I think that's rude.
Me too. I think that's for burning.
Talk about watching us for burning. Oh my gosh.
What's that called? You just like to watch? There's a name for it.
It's observant.
No.
I don't know. No, I'm an observer.
We got Woman caller on
Only for you,
the
baby.
caller. You are live on the air, please. Share your thoughts.
That's like, only thing like is a couple thing, right?
Uh-huh.
With people with that. Um, you see, I was asking, I wanted to ask a question if you know, like, other people with children are doing it, and then you say yes.
Yes.
You have married people, you know, married like couples with children and they into relationships later.
Yeah, they get a babysitter and then they go out on their date night and they go to the swingers club.
Yeah. That doesn't belong in their children. That's a part of them that even anything outside of what they see mommy and daddy usually do, which is hug, kiss goodbye, fix breakfast, shop. Anything outside of that doesn't belong in the purview of the children.
Okay.
You know, like something like that when you look at like you can't be looking like now in the society, so we talk about that and then like sometimes people find out that thing up, you know, people looking at people and figure like, you know, what is this kind of stuff. And then you know what I mean?
Okay, I can answer that. Stay in your lane. Mind your business.
Right quick. If you meet like somebody, right, and they have a baby there. And then you just assume because you see the baby and you say, well, that's a pretty girl. And then the response and say, well, that's not a girl, that's a boy. So and then you say, and then I take a response and say, well, they're making beautiful children because like, you know, the two
What does this got to do with us? Okay, caller, before you go into the story, we got to stick with the script and we got some more calls, so we're going to have to let you go on this one. Okay, all right, thank you. So, I don't think individuals are out there like that. I think, again, very undercover, very hidden. Nobody knows what's going on. And I don't see it becoming, the only people I see it coming out and just, we don't care what you think, are young people, younger people. But not saying all young people. But I don't see someone my age saying, hey, I'm a swinger. You know, I don't think someone saying I do threesomes. But I'm saying generally, not you.
She put me out there. Because I wanted to tell you that it's a lot of celebrities that's in Atlanta, Georgia, and one of them personally I came in contact with, and she's a big celebrity, and she makes it well known that her and her husband is swingers. So,
but celebrities can do that.
Yeah, but how often do you?
Well, can I just tell you, because you know, the guy was walking past first, and I turned around. I was like, "Eye candy." He was fine.
Okay.
He was fine. And then she came up. She was like, "Hey, sister girl," looking at me like, "You might become one of our girlfriends." So, with that being said, it is out there. A lot of celebrities are getting in trouble right now for being in the lifestyle. Like, people don't understand that this is a lifestyle. You know, like, if it's not for you, you don't have to participate. You can observe.
And I think when you're a celebrity, you run the risk of people targeting you. So they might do it, they might go along consensually, and then the next day they say, oh, well, so-and-so and his wife did this to me, or so-and-so and her husband, you know, kidnapped me and drugged me. And I think that that's happening right now, well, in Hollywood too. Because, you know, you a celebrity, that's a paycheck.
One thing that I've seen now is, to be honest, what's advertising here on Island and this group and this, the only negativity I see them gaining is because it's in the middle of a pandemic.
But you know,
being honest, that's the only negativity I see. That's the only
But
comment.
but my thing is this, just like before the pandemic, and I'm just saying what I've heard, a lot of them, they have to get tests, they have to do a lot of things to make sure that everyone included in these activities are safe. So I mean, yes, we're in a pandemic, but you got COVID testing, you got vaccines. So I mean, I don't
I'm
see
saying
how
that's my point is it's more accepted than we think because the only
negativity
flack that they get
was
is
that
you're
it was
doing this in a
COVID.
pandemic.
Yeah, okay.
That's it.
And I don't think and what I was saying is I don't even think that's that serious. You know what I mean?
They don't get days off and holidays and COVID days. But they was,
We got another call. Caller, you are live on the air. Please share your thoughts.
Good night, ladies.
good night, Mr. Mister.
Listen, y'all, listen, no. This swinging stuff, what y'all doing, that's nasty.
Nobody said that we doing it. That's just what we're talking about.
Well, it's not. Go ahead, caller. Go ahead.
Kids are looking at us, you know, and I'm over 50. I'm like, oh man, please, I need one woman. I'm good. I ain't into this sharing, wife swapping, and all this stuff they be doing. Wait, you know that's wrong, right?
Caller, just so you know, so we can be very clear. What people do in their bedroom is what they do. This show is to educate, enlighten, and to entertain. We're not here to bash people, and whatever thoughts that a person has, they are entitled, sir, please. Do not talk when I'm talking. So when, as a person who has the right to choose what they want to choose, it is a person's right. We are just here to talk about the subject. Now, you're more than welcome to share your thoughts, which we already know you are not pleased with, and that's fine. But no one is calling you, bashing you, well, you should learn to do it. No, we're just giving everybody the opportunity to share their thoughts. So please go ahead and share yours, which you've already said you don't like it.
Totally understand, but don't get me wrong. Come on, kids are looking at us, you know? So we have to realize that all this wife swapping and blinging and all that, it's not, first of all, it's not legal and it's not moral. It's not. You need a godly life, man.
And when we come to that point again, it's not for everyone, and it's people's choice. Why you and I may not like it, somebody else may love it. It is not our choice to judge. And again, you have to remember, everyone else is not a Christian. Everyone has their own religion. Everyone has their own free will. Angie, you wanted to add on something?
Oh,
I'm
Lady
sorry,
Lena.
Lady Lena.
I was going to say, a lot of people make this correlation with the children. And I have to say, I'm a parent, and you're always saying it too, Lady J. Parents should not be, we can walk the straight and narrow. Sometimes a child is so reared up in this rigid way of thinking that when they get a little ounce, they go wild. So I don't like the correlation between, the children are watching us. These little people have their own minds.
That's right.
And if they have their own little interior desires, the only thing me as a parent could do is make them comfortable enough to share that with me.
So we can lead them in the right path.
Yes, I agree. You shouldn't be doing certain things in front of your children.
Exactly what you just said, sir. If our religion and our moral values say for us to say, okay, this is not the way you should go, then we as a parent will lead them down that path. But no matter how much we talk, if that child at 18, 19, 20, 21 decide to do whatever they want, we have only done what we could do as a parent. We can do only what we can do as a parent, but we cannot say, okay, we cannot assume these individuals are out here doing it in front of their children, which I'm quite sure it is not the case.
So when you're saying these children are watching us, that is not saying they're sitting in the same room or whatever. And I don't see individuals standing here having children, because that would be illegal. But what someone does in their bedroom is not illegal. So, sir, go ahead and continue if you like.
Well, that's true. But do you guys advocate this kind of lifestyle?
It's not
Again,
our business. If they do it, that's what we are not judges here. That's up to, if you're a religious person, that's up to God.
Well, and
So
that's
not our that's not our bag. That's not what we're here to do. We're not here to say whether it's wrong or right.
and let me add to that.
That is wrong.
okay.
Well, good night.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Bye.
We always appreciate you sharing.
Thank you.
And just to address a little bit from the caller, I don't know if you've listened to our show before, but even earlier when we first started, we all went around and discussed how we personally felt about the topic. But you know, the show is not based on us and our personal feelings. The subjects are just general subjects that are picked and discussed amongst the men on Tuesdays and Thursdays and the women on Wednesday and Fridays. So if you were listening earlier, me personally, I'm uncomfortable with it. You know, I don't see myself ever going in that direction. I don't see that as something that I would participate in. But again, that's my personal feeling. What other people do, like we've all said, is, you know, their thing to do in their own privacy. I do feel that, you know, we put too much emphasis on sex as a whole. And I do think that because of that, it deteriorates not only the quality and the value of some of our relationships and our one-on-one intimacy, but it also can deteriorate like the family dynamic at times, you know, because I don't think that it's like you're teaching your children something or something done in front of your children, but you know, that traditional home life, sometimes you don't get, like, you know, the kids don't get to see that. And that's not just based upon open relationships or swinging. That's just in general. There are people who are monogamous and the children don't get to see normal family a mother and father, a normal family dynamic. So I just think that on the whole, we put way too much emphasis on sex and not enough on, you know, the family dynamic, the relationship, you know. And some people will even say we don't have God in your relationship, and that may be play a part as well. So I mean, everybody to each his own. Everybody has a different, you know, take on it. So
Yeah, because lifestylers are not bad parents. And all the influences that's going on between the music, the TV. I mean, like Bert and Ernie was gay.
So, you know, it's just different. It's different strokes for different folks. It's not for everybody. It's not for everybody. So,
Well, my whole take on it is, again, as we bring in religion, and I was raised in a Christian household, but you said when you go to college and you get that little bit of freedom, you get to experience and you get to try things that you would normally not do because my mom was super strict. So when you got to when I got to college, I was like, okay, I'm free to do whatever I want. One of the first things I wanted to do was stay out all night. I did. No excitement.
and then what?
Nothing. That's it.
Can I tell you, when it comes to, like, just for example, that college experience, I had a girl that lived in my dorm. When she got there, and she was her religion was Arab, and her parents were very strict. When she got there, she had never drank, she had never done any drugs, and she had never had sex. By the second semester, she was staggering down the halls, drunk and high. She had taken off her shirt and ran out into the snow with just her bra on. And she was in an intimate relationship with a girl. This is someone who's never grew up in strict religious, mother, father, close-knit family. She was a nice person. And when I told you, when I first met her, she was the epitome of wholesome. By the second semester, my girl was drinking, smoking, and was having relations with the same sex.
Of her parents.
No, she did not. She learned it at school. The place that you go to learn things.
Individuals and their own mindset, their own personalities, they grasp things different. I was what did I call Bago? But my mother let me have a boyfriend at like 15 or 16. And when, people were like, how dare you? She'd be like, my child is in my house with her boyfriend. I know him, I know her, and I know what they're doing. That's when I got my freedom. My mother used to have to tell me, girl, get off my phone. Because every minute, hey, mommy, what you doing? Hey, mommy, what you doing? It's like some people got that freedom and they went wild. Some people, like me, got that freedom and didn't do jack with it.
Because it wasn't new to you.
It was right.
When you hide things from children and somebody else shows it to them, then it's exciting. It's shiny. So it's like, I want to do that because I've never seen that before. So not saying that you should sensationalize it to your children, but let them know what's going on in the world because somebody else did.
Like that debate about carnival. I waited for my children at a certain age and I took them to Juve, and before on the way, I was like, baby boys, you might see some stuff but I told them. And when they saw it, like, oh, that's what mommy's talking about. Yes. Yes, mommy, do you do that? When you get older, you're free to dance like that. You might like music like that. You might like dancing like that, but let mommy see you, and it will be some problems. They got it. Lyrics, raunchy lyrics, do not faze my kids. The woman's body does not faze my kids. People are, oh, you're wrong for doing that. No, don't tell me what. These are mine.
Parent. Yes.
These are mine. And if I choose to not have them, to let them know what a body looks like, I'm not being rude. So we gotta stop. We gotta stop this judgmental stuff. We gotta stop trying to get in other lanes. We need to stop putting this blanket, like if I don't like it, it's wrong. That's nonsense.
But let me ask you, Angie, because you brought it out, and just out of curiosity, because as we said with the caller when it was like the children and everything, your children think you are just super mom. Am I correct?
Yes.
So it's and I don't think in any way that you're a bad person at all. I think you are very sweet. I think you are very I think you are an entrepreneur genius because of the things that you're doing and how you got your hustle coming in as far as making your business work. So what you do in your bedroom, I would have never known.
Yeah.
Because I don't look at you, or I don't look at you, I don't look at you and say, oh, she looks like she's free. I would never know. But I will say, people who are in lifestyles, they know each other.
They do.
They know free.
They do.
So I just
Let your free fly.
in a lifestyle, or you're just a freaky person. I think some energies just automatically attract. I'm not, you're not going down the street advertising, this is me, this is what I do, and they come flocking. It's just, I think some energies attract.
I believe that.
I truly do.
I really do.
So, but we get in this general, and we've been saying swingers club, but there's so many more lifestyles that we haven't even touched the surface.
Yeah, no. And this is the thing, like, whether you agree with it, you don't agree with it, you like it, you don't like it, it exists. the topic of tonight is whether it is becoming accepted and
The norm.
more of the norm. So it's not about whether we like it, whether we think it's good, whether you should or shouldn't do it, but it exists. It's there. It's not going anywhere, and it's becoming more and more acceptable every day, every year, the time that goes by.
And we're not promoting it, but people
No.
are free to do with it. We are not anybody's mom and daddy.
No.
Stand by it again. There are no bunk beds in the grave. So it's not something for us to judge, but it is our job to bring awareness because it's out there. I really, it's our job to bring it out, not only that, but to talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
We got to stop trying to hide everything. Everything can't be hidden. Everything cannot be perfect in this little bubble, in this little world, on this island, in the States, and who does it here and who don't do it there. It is happening. Not saying that you have to like it, not saying that you have to accept it, but you got to deal with it one way or another.
Because it's here.
Because it's here. It's here. So we're about to take our last break for the evening. We will be right back. Don't you go anywhere. We are right here.
Angie Pooh? Do you know Angie?
Who's that?
Who is she? Oh, Angie Pooh.
Hey, it's me, Angie Pooh. This is